Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for another live watch along. That's right. It's your boy here, Sim, Jazz fan. But today, we're not gonna watch a Jazz game. We are watching Spurs Hornets. Like I said, I've told everyone from the beginning, like I had my plan on doing a Hornets game, and this I think is probably the best Hornets game. And I did notice something keeps happening. Right, this game was originally scheduled when I made the whole YouTube notification that I was doing this game for 2 p.m. and all of a sudden it was 11 a.m. At least 11 a.m. my time. So it's very weird, but nevertheless, during the stream here today, we're gonna enjoy some great basketball. I'm telling you, I'm gonna enjoy watching the Hornets play. The last time that I watched them play was against my Utah Jazz, and they absolutely mollywopped us all day long. They beat us by, I think it was 55. They beat us, one of the highest scoring wins this season. And since then, everybody's telling me that Charlotte Hornets, like, they're fun to watch. They might not win, but they're fun to watch. So I'll be like, you know what? Like, I'll do that. Plus, I owe a couple fans there who have joined my live watch along before. I did say that I would check out another Hornets game. This is that game. So yeah, and it's like up against the San Antonio Spurs. What better competition than the San Antonio Spurs? We going up against Wemby. We going against Dylan Harper, Steph Castle, De'Aaron Fox. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great because it's gonna be lights out scoring and shooting. You got Brandon Miller who's there. LaMelo is there. I don't believe the Hornets have any injuries, but it's just going to be a great, fun game. And listen, there's no stress on my head because both of these ain't my teams. I'm not that emotionally invested. I could sit back, relax, and enjoy just a great game of basketball. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Nevertheless, game is about to come on now. I haven't seen the starting lineups, which is absolutely fine from my book. Um, and I think it's coming on in a bit, at least the lineup wise. And then we'll take a look. But Hornets right there, 21 and 28 for the Hornets, 32 and 15. Like, not bad. Like Charlotte Hornets, they're gonna be great next season if they could just keep LaMelo and Brandon Miller healthy. So for the lineups, we got Fox, Castle, Wemby, Vassell, and Champagny. Champagny. What a last name. They're playing, so they're going with a straight, strong lineup. I like that lineup right there. Harper's coming up off the bench. And for the Hornets, we got Knipple, Miller, Ball, Bridges, and Diabate. That right there is looking like that's their best Hornets lineup. And you got to love it. Bridges, the unsung hero, doesn't get the credit he deserves. Bridges, every time I watch Bridges, I like him. I real like Bridges and what he could bring. And Diabate, I saw a bit of him at a Eurobasket this season. This year's draft, this past year's draft has been so great for the Hornets, and you got to say they really utilizing it, getting Diabate and getting Conca Nipple. So let's get the show on the road. Game is about to get started. Thank you very much for the two people there that's watching, and we are almost good to go. Not like in this orange that the Hornets got, though. I have to say, I do prefer the turquoise that the Hornets always have. Yeah, not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. So for me, it's the turquoise, either the full turquoise and then the white. I think also they got the purple. I don't know. Is this like a special edition Hornets jersey? I don't mind the black for the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, that's kind of them all the way. All right. Here we go. Wemby makes and gets the jump ball. It's going to be Spurs ball now. I really look forward to this. Like what impact De'Aaron Fox is going to have on this game. This is going to be a great test. One of the biggest questions you got asked, or you always find out about Charlotte Hornets is when it comes to their defense. Very little defense right there for the Charlotte Hornets. But when it comes to the offensive side, I mean, boy, they know how to make it rain. They're going to let those threes rain all day. And the question is, can the San Antonio Spurs stop them? Wemby right there with a long two. And it's going to be interesting how he gets on in this game. I noticed that his minutes hasn't really gone up that much. He's at about 25 minutes a game now. I guess we're probably getting ready for the playoffs. Spurs playing some pretty good defense right now. LaMelo, are we going to see some step back three? Oh, LaMelo loses the ball. De'Aaron Fox right there has it. It's going to be slam dunk time for Stephen Castle right there. Spurs there get started in with a nice set, a couple of points. Oh, there we go. That's the first three of the game. And you know what? I think we're going to see lots of threes from this game. Where's my mega horn? I got to give a mega horn for that. It was louder than I expected. My apologies for that one. Let me turn the volume down. So it's 7-3 in favor of the Spurs. We know that Charlotte Hornets shoots a three ball really very. It's another three. It's another three. It's another three. Bridges right there knocking down a three. And already, even though Spurs started off really well with the twos, like, all right, Wemby losing the ball. Hornets get it back. Miller with a three. Oh, that's a miss. Wemby gets the rebound. Oh, Knipple gets the rebound on that one. Knipple to Melo Ball. Ball with a three. That is a miss. Still going to be Hornets ball. Hornets battling out pretty well right now. See, that's what I could say. If they could go out there and battle it out in the paint, just be a defensive nuisance, like they could be a real threat. Because when you talk about the three ball, like they got a lot of it. Boy, they got a lot of it. Well, that's going to be a foul on LaMelo. Who was that on? I think that was Fox. Yep. Yeah, that's Fox with a foul. And Diabate looking pretty good. So, like, waiting for that was not a three. Let me say that was not another three. All right, Ball with the ball. You know what? Forget. I'm not going to use his last. I got to use his first name. It's got to be LaMelo. Diabate right there getting a nice bucket there in the paint. Hornets take the lead for the first time. Hornets looking pretty good. All right, Steph Castle there with a ball passer there to Fox. You got Miller there on Fox. De'Aaron Fox goes round out there to Castle. Swing. It's a three. And that time it's a three by Vassell. Not one. Spurs up 10-8 right now. LaMelo with a three. LaMelo hits a three. I'll tell you, I'm going to keep this game because Hornets are going to be putting up some threes. I can tell you that. Hornets putting up a lot of threes. All right, De'Aaron Fox out there with a floater. That's a miss. They get the ball back. No, they don't. Hornets get the ball now. Bridges out there to Knipple. Knipple has it. He's got Champagny there that's on him. Ball goes back to Bridges. Bridges there. He's got Fox. Fox doing really well right now. De'Aaron Fox loses the ball. Fox gets it back. No. Bridges gets it back. Bridges gets a nice mid-range shot. All right, Champagny out there to the corner to Vassell. Wemby now has it. Diabate doing pretty well on Wemby. It's going to be too much. Wemby, tries to go for a layup, but misses. All right, Knipple right there. I thought he was going to look for that three. That Wemby length. I think they're kind of worried about that right now, but that is absolutely fine. Knipple, he's going to go to the basket. Knipple right there doing really well. The way how he adjusted his body to get that layup, I really like that. Like he went like left angle first while shooting on his left so that he used the right side of his body to block Wemby at the same time whilst being able to get his layup off. Really clever play there. I like this. Like that play there. And Wemby just wasn't quite long enough to be able to get there. But Hornets right now in the leads. And you got to say, you gotta love the performance from both teams right now. But Hornets up by 5, and game is on break. What I'm gonna do now, I gotta promote the video. But I see there's 3 people there in the chat. Do leave your comments there in the chat. Let me know what you think about the game. Who are you cheering for? I gotta say, I got cheer for the Hornets just because my man Victor Fate there was like he wanted me to do a Hornets game, and I know if he's not in there right now, he's gonna be gonna be in the chat at some point during this game. So I'm gonna cheer for the Hornets, but I do like the Spurs. I like what they got. I like that young core, and I like the fact that they got some very good role players that could go up and contribute from the bench. So it's gonna be a good game. But let me know what your thoughts are on the game, though. All right, let me first promote this stream, and then we can maybe look at some stats if I manage to do this in time. All right. Game looks like it's coming back on right now. I've almost done promoting the video, but nevertheless, that is fine. All right. That's promoted. Game looks like this coming back on right now, showing some of the fans there in the building watching the game. There's a lot of empty seats there. A lot of empty seats there. Come on, man. They got to get people more excited. How is it that I'm more excited than them? Oh, there we go. There's a few people there with some excitement. All right. Game is back on right now. Steph Castle there with the ball. Pass it to Vassell. Vassell there. Passing it to Fox. Fox goes for the layup. Misses. Miller with a 3. That's a miss. Steph Castle gets the ball now. Diabate right there on Steph Castle. I don't think we've got any changes. No, we haven't. That's another 3. That's that time by Vassell. You got to be fair. What I tend to do on these live streams is that every time a 3 is shot, I do a little sound effect because we like 3s around here. We love the 3-point shot. Now, when there's too many of them, especially when you're missing that, that's where might be a problem. Diabate right there with a floater, putting the Hornets back up by 5. LaMelo Ball right there with an assist. And speaking of LaMelo, you know what? Ever since Charlotte Hornets have been, doing really well over the past 15 games. It's another 3 that time by De'Aaron Fox. All right, Diabate they're getting a rebound after that miss. But as I was saying, like LaMelo Ball, like over the past 15 games, since the time he's really come back from his injury, it's been really great this season. Like you haven't heard any type of trade rumors about him at all. Like it's been radio silence. So when you think about the fact that trade deadline is also coming up, all these rumors about Giannis being traded, you haven't heard anything about LaMelo Ball. And that's probably because of the reason, because LaMelo is actually happy. LaMelo's happy. He's happy with the Hornets are doing right now. He sees right now the Hornets are in a position where they can do some stuff. Like this Hornets team next season, if LaMelo could be injury free and if Brandon Miller could be injury free, there's no doubt in my mind that they will make it into the playoffs. No doubt in my mind they'll make it into the playoffs. When you see what's going on around them with the Milwaukee Bucks and how their team is basically crumbling, like this is an opportunity for the Charlotte Hornets. And it's about time. They've been one of those franchises where they've tried again for years and tried to build and failed and build and fail and build and failed. And now they get an opportunity. And they've got a lot of core pieces, and I think a lot of that is because of the draft this season. And everybody talks about, Con Knipple, and Con Knipple, I think, has been great. But I think the biggest thing has been that change in culture. Bringing in Liam McNeely, obviously Con Knipple, Sion James, and Ryan Kalkbrenner. Those have been fantastic additions. And I believe, and do correct me if I'm wrong, Con Knipple, Sion James, and Liam McNeely, that they all played together. If not in high school, definitely in college. So Hornets right there, they've got something there. And Kalkbrenner, a nice older player. Like, I know there's been a lot of criticisms of older player, like Gilbert Arenas was talking about older players and their value and not being able to contribute. But Ryan Kalkbrenner playing really well this season. I know he's kind of really been coming up off the bench. That is only because of his lack of athleticism. I think that's why Diabate is getting the start ahead of him. But if you really need like a rim protector, like Kalkbrenner does that. He's in that Zach Edey mold. Like, he's not a three-point shooter, but if you give him a wide open three, like, he'll knock him down. So I really do. I like the picks that they got. It looks like all of their picks hit, and all of their picks have helped them to put themselves in a core position. And then you mix that with LaMelo and Brandon Miller in there as well. And you got your more experienced players like Bridges, and then you still got other young guys like Trey Mann as well, who, I still think that he's valuable, even though he's kind of been moving around the league a lot. Like, they generally have something there. They got 10, 11 guys that overall could contribute. Now it's about kind of refining that, finding those kind of final pieces to really refine your game. And that's probably going to be on the defensive side for them, finding guys that can play defense, maybe not necessarily need to be like straight lights out shooters, but guys that could go up there, defend multiple positions, and yeah, they could really have something. So shout out to the 5 people there that's watching. I know I've been, rambling on and talking quite a bit, but I got to give Charlotte Hornets a bit some love. But right now we're about 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Spurs are up by 1, 21-20, and Champagne there, he drains a 3. I missed that one. And in terms of giving a sound effect for that one, but there's been a couple of threes since I've been talking. I think Brandon Miller has dropped a 3. Bridges coming out the game right now. And then there's also been a couple of changes there as well. So Con Knipple came out. I saw Dylan Harper also came out. I saw, and I think there's a few more, but game is currently, I think it looks like it's gone on a break right now. Yep, gone on a break. So, but when I come back, then, or when they come back, I'll be able to kind of tell you guys like what's going on there. We got a comment there in the chat. Project Fortnite, welcome Project Fortnite back to the stream. He then goes on to say, do you think the Spurs will limit Wemby's minutes because it's early and playing early could be an injury risk? I think that they're going to be continuing to do that. I think that, we're still pretty earlier on in the season. I could see him playing no more than 25 minutes. Like, let me check to see how much minutes Wemby's played right now, because I'm pretty sure like he's probably going to be looking like 5 minutes in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 5 in the third, and 5 in the fourth. That's what I would probably say what it is. And I think depending on how the game goes will be dependent on how they do things. If Spurs look like they're going to win the game, I think it'll be closer to 20. I think if it's more of a closer game, then I think it'll be closer to 25. So like Wemby right now, he's on 6 minutes like so far in this game. Like I could see him not playing any more minutes in this quarter. I could see that, and then he comes back in the second quarter to play, unless like again there's injuries or like just something unexpected happens. So that would be my guess. And speaking of minutes, yeah, LaMelo Ball is the highest scoring player on the court right now. 100% shooting rate for him. He's hit all his field goals, all his 3 points, and all his free throws. Like he's been on fire. He's got 9 points in 7 minutes. Nice. He's still at a -1, and my guess is again that comes down to the defense. He did have a turnover earlier on in the first quarter, so I could see that being a thing. Nipple and Musa Diabate have actually got the best, and you could understand why. Like Diabate is a two-way player. He gives you a bit of offense there and defense. Nipple does both. Yeah, and then it's right now they got Luke Cornett and Dylan Harper there with +5s each. But again, I think they came in as I was speaking before, so I haven't seen much of them to be able to comment on that though. All right, looks like the game is kind of coming back on now, and then we'll kind of see how things look like. They're still talking about the Frenchness of the NBA, or at least in this game. So obviously you got Musa Diabate, who's French. I thought he was Portuguese. Obviously Wemby, and then they got Tijon Salon, who's with the Charlotte Hornets. So we do have some changes here. We got Zion James or Sion. I think it's Zion. It's like Zion but with a Z. So I'm gonna call him Zion until somebody corrects me. All right. So we got Zion James in there. I think that's Tijon Salon, but I can't tell from this angle. Still got Cockbrenner in there. You got Brandon Miller that's in there. And you got somebody else that I don't recognize. All right, Brandon Miller at the free throw line. He makes his first free throw, giving the Hornets up 21. Brandon Miller in his last 4 games, averaging 24 points. Hey, I really like him, Brandon Miller. Like as a Jazz fan, like that's what I see Ace Bailey being. Except I think Ace Bailey definitely is more on the defensive side, though. It's a 3 there by Spurs. It's a miss, though. Zion James right there with the rebound. Pass it to Brandon Miller. Miller right there trying to make him dance. Oh, he gets a block. He gets blocked there by Champagne. Sorry, by Dylan Harper. Harper right there. Really impressed by Dylan Harper. This guy, Dylan Harper, like a true two-way player, offense and defense. That's a missed 3 there by the Hornets. Harrison Barnes there picks up the rebound. And Keldon Johnson passes back up to Barnes. That's another miss there by Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes, like, definitely is up and down in terms of his shooting. All right, Zion James trying to find something. He's got Barnes there that's on him though. Is he going to pass it to Cockburn? Screen set by Cockburn. A nice screen by him. Zion James right there gets a floater. That's a miss by literally like 2 feet. Oh, I think they're going to call a foul on Spurs. They lose the ball. Hornets try to get the ball. They foul them. It's gonna be Spurs turnover. I think Hornets are gonna get the ball back. All right, Project Fortnite says research indicates that teams perform better when their internal body clocks are ahead of local time. Sudden shifts to morning games can disrupt rhythm. That wouldn't surprise me. Like I think stuff like that is very true. And I think that just kind of goes just with people in general. That's like kind of like when you're flying from different time zones, why you never quite feel the same. Like you always need a day, maybe a couple of days to really adjust. So I think that's also kind of the same thing with them as well. Like I don't know, like were they like did the Hornets play yesterday? Like I don't think they played. Did they play? I don't think the Hornets played yesterday. I could be wrong, but I think it's been like a break for them. But if the Spurs played yesterday, like that could be a rough trip. Like this could be a rough one. But I mean, in terms of managing Wemby, like I think they're gonna manage him all the way. Like he's their franchise player, and I think they're gonna wrap him in cotton wool, as they say it, and don't allow anything to happen to him. So Project Fortnite also goes on to say potentially leading to physiological fatigue that a 2026 study linked to higher injury odds. This Hornets game was postponed due to weather. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Like, because like for me, I've kept on looking for Hornets games to watch, and every time I've nailed down a time, it always seems that the time always gets changed. Like when I originally booked this game was supposed to be for 2 p.m. And then I looked this morning at around 8, and then I saw it was at 11, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, if I decided to have a lie in today and just was like, maybe play some video games, like, there's a very good chance that I would have missed the stream just because when I kind of set it up, it would have set for 2 p.m. And then I would have been like, I got to reschedule the stream. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, what's going on in Charlotte right now? Like hurricane season is over. Like, I know there's been a big snowstorm, at least here in Canada, and I know it's affected the U.S. and Texas. Like, how is it? Do you know if it's affecting Charlotte in any way? Like, what are they getting? Like, lots of high winds. Yeah, curious to find that out. I might have to do some research if you don't know. All right, Keldon Johnson right there trying to go for a layup. It's a miss on that one. Hornets get the ball. We got the young bull, Colin Sexton, in the game. Good to see him, former Jazz man there. Still got Sion James. Con Knipple is in the game with Ryan Cockbrenner. And then we got, who is this guy that's the number 2 for the Hornets? Grant Williams. Okay, didn't recognize him there. He must have got a new haircut or something because I did not recognize him. Maybe it's the orange. All right, game is pretty close right now, 27-26. That's got to be a foul. That's a charge. That's got to be a charge on Keldon Johnson. Johnson there goes in shoulder first, but Grant Williams is way. Nah, no way. Keldon Johnson's at the line to shoot a couple of free throws there, but I don't think that's a foul. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. All right, Johnson makes the first one in. And I think he goes to shoot for the second one. Makes the second one. Spurs up by 3, 29-26. We got 40 seconds to go in this game. In the first quarter, LaMelo Ball has the ball right now. He's got Steph Castle there that's on him. Little screen set by Con Knipple. They call a foul. Oh, I think it's an illegal screen. Yeah, illegal screen there by Con Knipple. And it's going to be a turnover right there. Back to Spurs. We got a comment there, Victim of Fate. Nice one there, Victim of Fate. I did see your comment there this morning. That's why I had to let you know, like, I'll be doing the game today. Victim of Fate says they going to do anything to make Hornets lose to Wemby. I hope not. I hope that's not the case. He then goes on to say, "Let's go Hornets 6 straight." Yeah. No, listen, man. Hornets have been great. They're down by 3 right now. We got 14 seconds to go. All right, LaMelo's coming out. Corkbrenner's coming out. But we still got Zion James. Who's the number 10 for the Hornets? We got Josh Green, Con Knipple. I think we still got the young bull in there. No, we haven't. We got Diabate, and then we got Grant Williams. And that's the final lineup before the end of the first. All right, it is side out. It's going to be Spurs ball. Harper is going to be with the inbound pass. Wow, but they've blown the whistle. What are they blowing the whistle for? So they still have an inbound pass here. All right, shot clock is off. Harper with the inbound pass there to Barnes. Knipple is on him, though. Harrison Barnes there passes it to Stephen Castle. Zion James is on Castle, though. The switch goes to Knipple. Knipple right there. Oh, it's a spin by Castle. Castle there tries to get the layup. It's a miss. And he gets fouled there, Stephen Castle, with 0.3 seconds left. Facts. May the best team win. Listen, man, this is going to be a good game because I think Spurs are a good defensive team. I think they're better on their defense than offense, and the Hornets are better on offense and defense. And I just think that when you have that clash of offense versus defense, just all right, you're going to get a good game. Like right now, the Spurs are trying to get Hornets to play their ball, their type of game. But if you could get LaMelo and get the Hornets like lighting up threes, even just for one quarter, like the Hornets could let this game. The Hornets could really tear this game up. So it's looking good. All right, Stephen Castle did make the first of his free throws, and he's about to go shoot his second. Misses the second, and that's the end of the first. Hornets down by 4, but again, like it's a close game. Real close game now. Hornets are well still in this. I think Wemby ended up coming in near the end of that one. I think for defensive purposes. He's still at 6 minutes though. So again, I think it was Project Fortnite talked about Wemby's minutes. So I think that Wemby is probably looking like he's gonna only get about 20 to 25 minutes. So 6 4 to 24. So yeah, my guess is that he's gonna be getting about 24, 25 minutes this game. No more would be my guess. Dude, like Miller is a baller, absolute baller. Like I could see the shades of KD in him. Oh, I know a lot of people compare it to Paul George, but like he's great. Can really shoot them. Dude, I don't know what's up. I had this game scheduled for me for 2 p.m. Like, and it was only because I checked this morning and I was just like, I'll go check the game just to make sure after what happened in the last game. And I see 11 a.m. Like, dude, normally at this time, I'm still in bed, like playing video games. So I'm really surprised about it. And like yeah, like I heard from Project Fortnite there's been some weather issues. So I don't know that's what they're doing, but yeah, it's a very strange one. Very strange one. Um okay, I need to take a quick break, but I'll be right back though, guys. All right, we are back. Game is back. I see there are some comments in the chat. For real, I only knew about it because I seen hoops that. Oh wow, yeah, yeah. Like the game was supposed to start at 2 p.m. I am positive of it. Like I looked on stream when I was doing a Jazz game, and I was like, after the game, I'm gonna reschedule it. I checked midweek; it was still 2 p.m. So they must have changed this on like Friday. Thursday, Friday, they had to have changed the game time, and I already had things set up. So I could imagine, like, it's kind of threw a lot of people off. Like even now, as I check, like I look at the Hornets game and I see it, like there doesn't look like there's like a ton of people in there. I know some people probably on like a washroom break, but like that throws off people plans. 11 a.m. like the NBA game. I'm also a football fan, as in like soccer football, and games at the earliest start at like midday, 12:45. So I'm quite surprised about that. Like this is definitely an early start. Victim of Fate says, "Imagine we blow out Spurs." I'd laugh my ass off. But at the same time, I won't be surprised. And I don't think that anybody like who's been like at least had like one eye on the Hornets would be as like surprised about it because offensively, Hornets have so much firepower, like it's ridiculous. And I think from the time I've seen that Jazz game, like everybody's been like, Hornets are a fun team to watch. Like they might not win, but they're a fun team to watch because they are just like, oof, nothing but scoring. All right. So we got Colin Sexton, the young bull, former Jazz man on the court for the Hornets. Con Canepo, Diabate, Bridges, and LaMelo is on the court there as well. Hornets still down by 4. Um, but like they're still in this game. Like Spurs playing some pretty good Spurs playing some defense right now. They're playing and it's forcing the Hornets to change the way how they play. Like they're just not giving the Hornets enough time on that ball. Some good defense there by Keldon Johnson and Dylan Harper. Like did they get on Con Canipple and LaMelo Ball on that one? Yeah, Hornets are gonna have to try to find a way. But like I like the game from the Hornets. I really do. I like the game from the Hornets. Very 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 fun team to watch. Same thing with the Spurs. Spurs are a fun team to watch as well. They play like I think that their game is more balanced, but it does feel like they tend to be a lot more defense than offense. All right, game is on break right now. While the game is on break, since I was just an early break, what I'll do is um I will. I'll actually we'll take a look at the stats. Like I haven't really shared any stats, not player stats. We'll take a look at that at halftime. I gotta change my layout. We're gonna do this. This is what we're gonna do. All right. All right. This is how things look right now. Hold on. No. This isn't what I wanted. No. This isn't the page. We'll take a look at player stats at the end. But like in terms of just general team stats, this is how things look like right now. Spurs there 52% from the field. Hornets are 45. Surprisingly enough, Spurs are there shooting 75% from three. Okay, so that's what's got to change for the Hornets. 75% from three, that's got to change. Big time, bruv. Big time. That's too much. They've shot the same amount of threes as the Hornets, 8, but they've made 6, and the Hornets have made 3 of them. Part of that, I think, is because of the defense. Like the Spurs are putting a lots of pressure on defense, and probably affecting. I probably need to look at this a lot more when the Hornets are taking threes, to be able to kind of get a better idea of that. But my guess, just the initial thought, would be that it's because of the fact that Spurs are really pressuring them at that 3-point range. Free throws, Hornets are great at that. The rebounding there, Hornets have been like really well. And I think part of that is because Wemby hasn't been there a lot of the time. So like Hornets have actually been really good at that one. Diabate has been really key to that, and like I really like his game. But again, it's the turnovers, and again, this comes with the defense. 7 turnovers there, and look at the points off turnovers. So every time the Hornets make a turnover, like they're almost like they're getting more points. The fast break points there as well. That's going to be key. Just like honestly, it's just a few little things that the Spurs are doing and that the Hornets aren't doing that's really kind of causing that. But the game is still relatively close to whereby you could be like, yeah, they're still in this. Let me put the layout back to what it was. All right, we got. Victor Faith says, well, they have a 7'5" Skulu scraper in the paint. Yeah, no, that is true. That is true. That is true. No, where the Wemby effect, he is having an issue there, but I think they put on someone like a Colin Sexton to help with the defense now because Colin Sexton, like, boy, he's dogged. Like, he's a good player that you have on a good team that can give you defense playing at the one, and he's got intensity as well, can help with the double team. Yeah, no, I figured that's what you meant. Project Fortnite goes on to say tickets and food at Knicks games is enough for a round trip to Spain for a football match, and beer costs $250. Dude, like prices for NBA tickets is ridiculous. Like, especially if it's for like a big team. Like that's really the issue with like the NBA and the type of fan base that they're looking. Like they're like you really need to have like money to be going to NBA games on a regular basis because some of the tickets, like especially like the lower down to the court you want to be, like it's in the thousands, and not for like a playoff game, for just like a regular season game. Like that's where it's insane. Like that's crazy. That's crazy in my book, man. Like that's way too much. All right, game is back on. Wemby just gets a dunk, by the way. The skyscraper just got a dunk there after a little lob threat by Stephen Castle setting up Wemby. Hornets are down by 7 though, but they're playing real good. They're playing real good. All right. Ball goes out. Diabate there gets the ball. LaMelo with a 3. That's a miss. That is a miss. I think that's LaMelo's first miss 3 of the game. Harper right there, the ball on the other end. Passes to Wemby. Wemby with a fadeaway 2. That's a miss there. Hornets there get another bite at the cherry. We got 9 minutes left in this game. LaMelo's got to watch out. They are targeted him big time. They've got Wemby there that's on him to the corner. 3 there by Sexton. Sexton hits a 3. Right there, reduce the lead. Back down to 4, 38-34 in favor of the Spurs. Yep, let them threes fly, baby. Let them threes fly, Victor Mafrate says. I'm telling you, man, like, no matter how far behind the Hornets are in this game, like the fact that they have so many players that can shoot the 3 ball so well, that always gives them a chance. It's a steal. It's a steal by the Hornets. They get one off Wemby. Nice defense there by the Hornets. LaMelo ball right there, pass it to Colin Sexton. Sexton out there to Diabate. Bate out. LaMelo with a floater. LaMelo drains a floater. Nice one there by LaMelo ball. Hornets, they're down by 2 right now, 38-36. some good defense there in the last couple of plays by the Hornets brings them back into the game, as well as shooting the three and getting the floater by the two there. And again, they're right back in it. Like I said, Victim of Fate says they are not winning the points in the paint tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, they're probably not, but the reason I like this Hornets team because they don't need to get the points in the paint. They're either going to get their shooters are good enough where they can get mid-range shots and they're going to shoot the three. Like Brandon Miller traditionally is a mid-range shooter, and he's gotten a lot better at shooting the three in his second season. In his third season, I think he's putting it all together. It's like mid-range three-point shot. Like it's now it's all there. And Con Knipple, he has that. LaMelo, he has that. Bridges, he has that. Trey Mann has that. Grant Williams has that. Like, they got like 6 guys there who shoots the three at the very least at an average NBA rate or better. So that's good. That's not good that they're not winning the points in the paint, but they don't need it. They don't need it. They're balling out. And I like it. All right. Game is on break right now. I'm not going to take a look at any stats. Oh, we got another comment there in chat. Oh, maybe not. No, we don't. No, we don't. Okay. I wonder what Twitter's saying. Because I know that the general cesspool known as Twitter, even though I'm on it and I do live stream from Twitter as well. Like I talk smack about Twitter, but listen, man, like the people on Twitter are like sometimes they just go not sometimes, all the time. They just go like way too far with stuff. Yeah, and sometimes it's funny, but a lot of times it's like meh. Lots of nipple talk on Twitter though. Out of interest, who do you think is going to win Rookie of the Year? Obviously, we know Cooper Flag, the boy wonder, has been touted from day one to win it. But Nipple has played so well that you got to say that like he has a very good shot at like winning it. Like, who do you guys think are going to win it? Especially since you're like Hornets fans. Like, I definitely think it's not as cut and dry as it possibly is. And to be really fair, I think that Nipple probably should win it. Victim of Fate says I think Knipple should win it. When you think about his role in the team, like he's been consistent from the start. And I know we're talking fine margins right now, but like, yeah, I'd give the edge just to Con. All right, game's kind of coming back on right now. Victor Wembanyama is on the bench. He's at 10 minutes right now, so I think he'll probably come on for another 2 at some point during this game, or during this quarter at least. And then he'll be out for the rest of the time. So we got like just under 8 minutes left. He'll probably come in at 4 minutes, or probably for the last 2 minutes of this quarter, and then he'll be at like 6 and he'll be at 12 minutes for the game. And then he's probably gonna get like 24 minutes. That'll probably be my guess. Victim of Fate says he plays winning basketball and he's impacting the team. Yep, no, facts. Facts. Like Con Canipola has been great. And I think when you look at like the initial expectation in comparison to both players, like I think that's why like you also got to give the nod to Con, man. Like Con's been great. Yep, efficiency also goes into it as well. See, that's one thing. Like, I probably need to do like a separate video, like really like looking and analyzing that on like on how the players are doing, and like particularly the Rookie of the Year race, because I do think it's close. But for me, like after watching Con Knipple play, and like I don't think I've ever seen a game where I've been like, no. But if you're telling me that his efficiency is like that, like 30 shots, which is giving him like the amount of points that he's getting, or if he's taking like a lot of shots in the game to get the points that he is, and Konkanipple is just the more efficient one, then you have to give it to Konkanipple, the number 7. You just have to. But we'll see. We'll see. I definitely think that there's a lot of favoritism there going on towards Cooper Flag. But yeah, if Konkanipple could keep doing what he's doing, like, how could you not? So we got like 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Both teams level 41-41 right now. Diabate right there trying to get a floater over Luke Cornett. Doesn't manage to. Luke Cornett gets the rebound, and De'Aaron Fox is back into the game, and Fox is going to be a problem in this. Bridges right there tries to stay with him. Good defense there by the Hornets. It's a turnover. Hornets get the ball back, and then they have a chance to take this lead. I like it. Yeah, Hornets, if they could just get the balance right a little bit more, Diabate gives them some flexibility at that 5 to be able, because like really and truly, he's probably more of a 4 that can play the 5, and he's got great length on him. So I think he's got like a 7'3" wingspan, Diabate. So he can be able to defend against most centers. And you can play him with Kalkbrenner. And speaking of Kalkbrenner is in the game now. He comes on to go up against Cornett. Screen there set by Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner then received the inbound pass from Knipple. Kalkbrenner right there to Miller. Miller right there with a nice midi. Misses on that one. Surprised on that one. All right, it's an open 3 by Vassell. That's a miss. Kalkbrenner right there gets the rebound. And then the young bull right there past the Knipple. Knipple with a 3. That's another miss right there. Kalkbrenner right there gets the rebound, gets the ball knocked out. Vassell, that's going to be a foul. They're going to make Steph Castle earn that layup by the line. That's fair. Fouls that right there on the young bull. Colin Sexton. Another comment right there from Victor Maffei. He says, they making it seem like Con has a chance when we all know they all picking Cooper. They just should have just handed him the Rookie of the Year when he got drafted. I could completely understand that point, man. Because like I'm telling you, like every time you hear from Cooper Flag from all the media, like the mainstream media, like it's always Coop. And even before then, it was like, yeah, he's gonna be the next face of the league. And listen, Cooper Flag is a really good player. Like I'm telling you, like he's that good. But like I just think that there needs to be some complete fairness and really kind of assess Con Knipple in a fair way, and all the other guys, Derek Queen in a fair way as well to Cooper Flag, because like you, I also have a feeling that they're gonna kind of hand it to Cooper Flag. I really do. There's another comment there. He says they definitely both in the running though. If LaMelo won it over Edwards, hey, it's possible. You know what? That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Because Anthony Edwards is another one who, like, I know for a long time they was like, yeah, like he's going to be the next face of the league. And my argument was always like, I don't think so, just because of the stuff that goes on outside of basketball on his personal side, that I just feel like the media are going to use to beat him with like all the time. Like, I think he's a great player and I think his game warrants it. But I think all the outside of basketball stuff, I think that the media are going to always use against him. But very good player. Yeah. All right. Spurs still up by 2 right now. We got just under 5 minutes left. Steph Castle has the ball now. Steph Castle right there looking. Fadeaway 2 from him. Cornett gets it. It's still going to be Hornets ball, though. Ball goes off of Cornett on that one. And like I envisaged, they bring Wemby back in the game for at least 2 minutes. And they're bringing Wemby back on because Hornets are like, they're not giving up. and they keep being like a problem. All right, Wemby's in the game now. They got Diabate there that's on him. That's a miss. Hornets get the ball though, off of the rebound thanks to Con Knipple. Brandon Miller passes it. It's going to be a three by the Hornets. No, it's a miss. On that breakaway, they got to watch out. De'Aaron Fox there. Good defense there by Miller. Champagny with a three. That's a miss. And Diabate there gets the rebound. Zion James, there he brings the ball up the court. He's another player. I really like him. Great athleticism. Handles the ball really well. Can shoot. Can defend. Really good two-way player. Brandon Miller right there with a mid-range. Game is now level 43-43. Brandon Miller keeping it simple. All right, we got just under 4 minutes left. Champagny there with the ball. Gets round Con Knipple. Goes for the shot. That's a miss. Grant Williams right there. He gets the ball. He's going to bring it up. Pass it to Knipple. Knipple out there with a fadeaway. He gets it to 2. Hornets take the lead 45-43. You know what? The cameraman in Charlotte is very interesting. They just pan the camera to this beautiful blonde woman, and for a second I was like, "Oh, is that like Con Knipple's mom or something?" And I don't think so, because she looked like she was probably like in her 30s, but like she ain't that much. Like she ain't older to be someone's mom. That's 3 free throws. Con Knipple's gonna go to the line to shoot 3. That's a foul. That's the first big mistake there by the Spurs. And Champagny right there with a foul. Yeah, that's gonna be 3 free throws. Con Knipple should drain all of these. That's a silly foul there by Champagny. Victim of Fate says we are out rebounding a team with a 7'7" unicorn. Wow, that's because of the defense that you guys are playing. A lot of the time, like Wemby, the thing is, Wemby's not really in the paint. Like he's not under the basket to be able to get those rebounds. Like this is my biggest criticism of Wemby. Like if he could take this idea out of his mind that he's trying to beat Jamal Crawford, but in a 7'7" body, he'd be so much better. He'd be unstoppable because that you couldn't stop him in the paint. But because he's trying to be a small forward, it means that the Charlotte Hornets players, they could guard him. They've had Diabate that's on him. They've had Con Knipple that's on him. Brandon Miller is on him, like helping to defend. They've had so many other guys there help him to guard him, to whereby they're stopping him from even, like he's not in the position to get the rebounds. Like Hornets are doing a great job, but I think like right now, Wemby's in the corner. Why is he in the corner? Corner 3 by Wemby. It's a miss. His 7'7" behind should be in the paint. That's where he should be doing. Champagny, those should be out in the corner shooting corner 3s. Hornets up by 2 right now. I think they call a foul on Cornet or by Cornet on Brandon Miller. And Brandon Miller is going to go. I think he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Yeah, Brandon Miller's at the line to shoot 2. He drains his first one. Hornets now up by 3. And are they going to show us this? Like, come on, man. Show me the free throws. What is up with this coverage? Let me like, I don't need to see Taylor Rooks with this short dress on. Thank you. Brandon Miller makes the second one, for crying out loud. Yep, defense is clicking. Yeah, like that's what's changed here in the second quarter. Like the defense is ramped up. I think they brought in Colin Sexton there though, to help with the intensity, and then at the same time, like right there, like they just tried to set up Cornet there with a dunk, right? And again, like just the length of the Hornets, and with everybody playing defense has really helped it out. And in that same play, Wemby was on the court. He's not in the paint. Why is Cornet in the paint? Wemby should be on the paint. Your biggest and most dominant player isn't in the paint. And that's the Spurs' problem. They need to have a conversation with him and to tell Wemby, get your big ass in the paint. Get in the paint right now. Yep. Let's go Hornets. If they've got Wemby marking Brandon Miller at the top of the paint. Brandon Miller with a three. Brandon Miller hits a three. There we go. In the third quarter. Spurs right now down by 7, courtesy of Brandon Miller right there with that 3-point shot. It's a 3 by Stephen Castle. That's a miss. LaMelo gets the rebound on that one, and he's going to bring it up. LaMelo, so again, Wemby's at the top of the key, guarding LaMelo Ball. Why? Your biggest player. Like, he's not as agile as LaMelo. LaMelo right there to the corner. Swing. Brandon Miller with a 3. Brandon Miller hits a goddamn 3. Brandon Miller hits a 3. The way how Spurs defend and how they use Wemby is so silly. I get it. It's Victor Wembanyama's team, and you want to make the big Frenchman happy. But tell him if he keeps doing this, he will be French toast. Because if he keeps defending like this, like it's not going to work. It's not going to work. They are not playing him to his strengths or to his natural strengths. And every team, including the Charlotte Hornets today, is taking advantage of that. And it's a 4-point play by Brandon Miller. He's going to go to the line to shoot for 1. And there you go. Hornets up by 11, 56-45. And so far, I got to say, this has been a great game. Both teams playing some really good defense. You got some nice offense there. I love the strategic side of it. It's a turnover there. De'Aaron Fox there with a turnover. Let me move this here to more in the middle. Not on De'Aaron Fox. They call it on Luke Cornet. So, like, we got 70 seconds left in this second quarter. Hornets ball. Another 3 by Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller hits a 3. God damn it. There we go. Another 3. You got a lead of 14 right now. They need to wake up. Keldon Johnson with a 3. That's another miss. Diabate there gets the rebound. Brandon Miller there brings the ball up. Brandon Miller with another 3. It's a miss on that one, though. It's another miss, but that's fine. Dylan Harper right there getting a layup on that one. Dropping the lead back down to 12. Diabate right there with a dunk on the other again, increasing the lead back up to 14. And Hornets there with 30 seconds left. Hornets there with 61. Spurs there with 47. This is a nice, comfortable lead for the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, I think they call a foul. I think they call a foul on Diabate there with the screen. Oh, they're showing some of the replays from the last couple of points. Musa Diabate coming off right now for the last 26 seconds of the game. Of the quarter. I wonder who's coming on for him right now. Probably Kalkbrenner. No, we got Jeff Green coming on for him. So we got Bridges, Miller, Ball, Green, and Grant Williams. I don't know what's happening right now. 26 seconds left in the second quarter, and referees reviewing something. All right. Inbound pass comes in from Harper to Fox. LaMelo playing some good defense there. He's got Fox right now. All right. De'Aaron Fox there passes to Harper. Harper back to Fox. Fox there with a three. That's a miss. Hornets get the ball back. They can do whatever they want to do with it right now. LaMelo, I could feel step back three. I can feel a step back. LaMelo step back through. Is it Hezzy pull up? No, he puts a layup. No, he goes in. No, it's shot clock. He passes it at the end there to Grant Williams. Grant Williams misses with that one, but it's fine. Hornets right there go up. Hornets go up 61 to 47. Gotta love that. It's a lead of 14 right now. 61 to 47. I like it. I like it. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. So it's going to be the halftime show a little bit here. What I'm going to do, we're going to take a look at some of the stats now. Now that we're at halfway, I haven't shared any player stats with you guys. So I think now is about the right time to be able to do so. First, we're going to take a look at the Spurs, and then we'll take a look at the Charlotte Hornets. The main show, Charlotte Hornets. So right now, we only got one guy in double digits. See, this is what I mean. How is it that you are using Victor Wembanyama this way? Like, 4 points of Victor Wembanyama. I criticize it in my initial reaction. However, 8 shots for Victor and only makes 2 of them in. Why is that, you might say? That is because of just really good defense from the Charlotte Hornets. Gotta say that. It's just good defense there from Charlotte Hornets. They only allow Victor Wembanyama to score 2 points in a whole half of the game, when I think Victor is averaging 23, 24 points a season, if not more. I'll have to check it. But for a half a game for Victor Wembanyama only to have 4 points, that is incredible. That is incredible. And forced them to have 2 turnovers as well. Very good. Dylan Harper there, again, this is why, for me, Dylan Harper deserves to be in that Rising Stars game. I watched Dylan Harper and his impact on the game, and a lot of people have been like, why is Harper in it? That's why. He's a two-way guard. Versatile, could play the 1 and the 2, and is intelligent. His basketball intelligent is enough to whereby he could just do a bit of everything. Really good player there, Dylan Harper. Doesn't surprise me that he's got 13 points in his 14 minutes of play. Really surprised that no other person there in the starting 5 has more than double digit. But for me, I'm looking at it right now. 43% from the field. Again, this isn't bad. 40% from 3. That's not bad. That's kind of average. 48% from free throw lanes. That's just a little bit below average. But again, that's not bad. But when you start looking at 2 out of 4, 2 out of 8, 2 out of 5, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 7, 0 out of 2, 0 out of 3, 0 from 0. This is where it's either a bad shoot. It's a combination between a bad shooting night and some really good Charlotte Hornets defense. That's what it comes down to. Only 16 rebounds. It's not good enough. And then we take a look at the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets, 27 rebounds. So I think it was Victim of Fate who said that, how is it that the Charlotte Hornets are out-rebounding a team who has a 7'7" unicorn? It's poor. And this man right here, Moussa Diabate, for me, I think has been one of the big reasons why that is. Yes, he's 3 out of 4 from the field. I love the fact that, he's got 6 points in his 16 minutes. But for me, the plus 23. The defensive style. I know the box score doesn't really zone in on the defense, but I'm telling you, this guy here, Moussa Diabate, is right here playing really good defense and is helping to slow Wemby down when Wemby gets in the paint. His 4 rebounds, his 4 assists. Brandon Miller there also with his rebounds as well. LaMelo Ball there has been in the paint with the rebounding. I'm telling you, it's been a great team effort of rebounding from the Charlotte Hornets. Brandon Miller there with 18 points in 17 minutes. LaMelo there with 12 and 15. It's been overall a really good performance there from the Charlotte Hornets there, stopping a lot of those second chance opportunities with just some great rebounding. Con Knipple there, even though he's having a slow, sluggish game, like I see his impact on the game. He has been targeted throughout this game. Trust me on this. They've targeted him. That's where these turnovers come from. That's where the turnovers come from. LaMelo Ball and Con Knipple, if anybody told me before the game, I'm targeting these two players. I think that they're the Charlotte Hornets' best players. And Spurs have done well by forcing them with the turnovers. But what it has meant is that Brandon Miller has really come to light, and that Moussa Diabate is really helped out on defense a lot more. Then from on the bench, you got Grant Williams there. I don't think he's played that well, but he has a chance in the second half to make it better. I know that he's got the plus 14 there. He's done well on the defensive side, but offensively, I'd like to see a little bit more there from him. Kalkbrenner there, I haven't noticed him that much. He's been a big body there for the Spurs to think about. Colin Sexton there, very good. Very good performance from him. His impact on the game in the second quarter has kind of led to kind of lead that defense charge there. And I think he set the pace and set the tone there. So his 10 points in 9 minutes, not surprised whatsoever. But for me, it's his defensive intensity is what I've liked in that second quarter. Really love that from him throughout the game. We got a couple of comments there in the chat there. So we got, let's see. We got Victor McFay says, see you in the second half, Hoopsletics. I'm going to eat some breakfast. Haha. No problem, bro. I haven't even eaten breakfast throughout this game. I need to kind of go set things up for myself too. I'm going to go get some water in a bit after I read you guys' comments. Yo says, oh, I'll be listening, bro. No problem. Victor McFay says also, I got T-Mac. Was that when I talked about the comparison to Brandon Miller? Because I know I talked about KD. Or are you talking about someone else? I don't know. Nevertheless, I'm going to take a break. I also need to get some food like Victor Buffet as well. I'm getting a bit peckish, a bit hungry myself. So I'm going to go rehydrate, get me something to eat, and then we'll take it from there. But, yep, stay tuned, guys. It's a really good game. Really good game to start the basketball day off. All right, we're back. Apologies. I had to eat, and my stomach was more urgent than the game. There's been a couple of points there so far. Lead is back up, 67-52. It really is looking like. Hold on, let me stop sharing. It's really looking like Hornets are going to win this one, and that's only if, a big if the Spurs keep playing this way. Oh wow, what a shot! Brandon Miller there. Woo! I love that. Brandon Miller literally shoots it like it's just any shot. Just picks it up, throws it up, goes in. Honestly, I hate the way Spurs are using Victor Wembanyama right now. Like that is the reason why they're using this game. They're not utilizing him in the best way possible. All right, turnover. Spurs ball now. Spurs out here. Out. Wemby's got the ball now. Top of the key. Passes to Castle. Bridges there that's on him. Castle there with a layup. Oh, manages to tip it in after that miss for Wemby. 69-54. Hornets up by 15. Hear this, like Wemby has an 8-foot wingspan. No one has have a bigger wingspan than him. An 8-foot wingspan. Like that's just wild. An 8-foot wingspan. All right, another miss there by the Hornets. Spurs get the ball back. Champagne passes out there to Fox. Good defense there by the Hornets. Nipple. Oh, it's a 3 there. And Champagne lead only to 12 now. Miller with a 3. That's a miss. Wemby gets the rebound. Wemby there. Oh, what? I don't understand what they call the foul for because he didn't get touched. They call a foul. They say Wemby got fouls or got fouled, but I don't think he got touched. He goes in for a spin. Oh, never mind. Bridges may never getting a hand on him. My bad. My bad. All right. Wemby at the free throw line, connecting to all the shamans out there before he takes his free throw. Drains the first one. All right. Wemby takes the second one. He drains both of them. Lead only up to 10. Hornets, something needs to happen now. Charlotte Hornets are taking too many risky shots. They're avoiding getting into the paint now. And now the lead went from what, 16s to like 10. Oh, it's another turnover there by the Hornets. Oh, it's a steal there by Nipple. Oh, nice little 3-pass play there between Con, LaMelo, and Bridges. And Bridges there gets the dunk, 71-59 right now. Lead back up to 12. Oh, Vassell there with a 3. That's a miss. LaMelo there with the rebound. Bridges with an open 3. Oh, that's a foul there on LaMelo. Hold on, they call a foul on LaMelo? What did they do? Looks like there's going to be a bit of a break now. But they call a foul on LaMelo on that last one, which means I think it's still going to be Spurs ball. But I don't think that should have been a foul, like at all. That's just crazy. I need to take a bit of a break myself. I will be right back though. But yeah, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. There's a comment there in the chat. Victim of Fate says anything for their unicorn. Yep. I've seen a lot of that in this game. I did want to say something though. I did see something that it is not Charlotte Hornets or Spurs orientated, but someone just got suspended. And his name is Paul George. Paul George, I'm going to share my screen right now. Paul George has been suspended for 25 games for anti-drug violation. Hear this. The NBA suspended Philadelphia 76ers forward Paul George for 25 games without pay after he took an improper medication during his mental health treatment, a first for offense under the league's anti-drug program covering substances like marijuana or cocaine. Now, the question is, what substance was he taking? Was he taking marijuana or cocaine? Like, was he doing that? And during his mental health treatment, what type of drugs are they not allowed to take, like, for the stuff like that? I don't know, like, very vague here. It then goes on to say the 35-year-old who signed a $212 million deal last summer misses about a third of the regular season starting with Saturday's game against the Pelicans, forfeiting $11.7 million in salary. George took full responsibility in a statement to ESPN, apologizing to his team and fans, rightfully so, while committing to return stronger. Okay, I think that's fair. The Sixers at 26-21, the six in the East, now face a depth test without their steady number 2 scorer alongside Joel Embiid. I don't know if that's quite the case. Like, they got guys up on the bench, and that's what G Leagues are for. You know, somebody's going to get the opportunity to come up for the G League to play that, small, like Paul George has been playing, power forward now. So, like, yeah, I'm not that familiar with the depth of the 76ers team, but I definitely think that the 76ers will be fine. And it's not for the whole season. It's for 25 games. And Paul George is already a little on the injury side of it. So, and the fact that he didn't get suspended for the whole season, or at least for like a full season starting from Saturday, just tells me that maybe it was a drug that was on the list for him not to take, but it wasn't like a blatant, like, hey, this drug is supposed to influence and to help him to play better. like how they do with like runners in the Olympics. So it might have been like a marijuana, it might have been like a cocaine that he might have taken, but they like I don't really see any details around that. Um, yeah, I don't see any details around that. So I'll go take a look at that. But I thought I would just let you guys know. I thought that was very interesting when I saw that. Nevertheless, I think we're gonna get back to the game. We do have Pandemic Pete. Pandemic Pete, he says, is that it again? Oh man, like listen, I don't know what drug it is, but like boy, like thing is, I heard he's been playing really well lately. Like him and Joel Embiid have stayed like injury free for a while now. So like this is kind of like this is big, and it's actually just like it's not great. They're just managing him. But to be fair, like in any other season where you would think like Paul George and his injury record, I could see him missing another 25 games while still playing pretty well. Like throughout the rest of the season. Would I want PG-13 on the Jazz? Um, After seeing something like this, man, like like if you're gonna bring in a guy like PG, like it's really not gonna be for what he could do on the court because I think because of his injury status and his age, like he's up there in age where he's not gonna have that many years left in him. So you really need him to be like a good vet for those young guys, and that's not the behavior of good vet. I don't know what the drug is. I don't know if it's marijuana or cocaine, but I think it's not. Like you shouldn't be doing that. That's why they gave him the suspension. My guess is that it's not a drug that would necessarily be a performance enhancing one, which is why he wasn't suspended for more time. But yeah, it's probably like you said, pandemic Pete. It's probably weed. It's probably marijuana or coke. Like it's probably one of them. But I think besides this situation, like I wouldn't have mind having him like with the Jazz. Like, I think there's a lot of guys out there who really look up to him. Ace Bailey always said that he modeled his game after Paul George. So if I'm just looking at the talent, like yes, like you take him, but right now, like nah, it's probably gonna to be a no. But like, I think he's got like a couple years left. I think this is probably his last contract, to be really honest. Like he's done pretty well for his career. Like I know he's looking for that championship, and I think the Sixers have a legit chance in the East now with Joel Embiid. If you could get him playing, if you could just, if he could hold out and play 20, 25 minutes a game, maybe not playing back to backs, and that's the same thing with Paul George. Then like maybe with Jared McCain and VJ Edgecombe, and then was it what Kelly Oubre? Like they've got some guys. They got some guys, but I need to do one quick thing. I need to change my camera battery. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna put the be right back sign on, and then I'll be right back. No more than about 60 seconds, 75 tops. Okay. What the hell? Oh, there we go. I thought I messed up my camera there for a sec. Okay, we do have, I think we got some celebrities in the building. I can't remember her name, but I know Dwayne Wade's ex-wife is in the building. I don't know what the hell she's doing in Charlotte. Maybe she lives there. I have no clue. All right, they got Mitch Johnson mic'd up right now. And he's just talking about how like there's more than enough time for them to get this game and walk this game out. I completely agree. Like I think that they've played really well. I think that the lead that they established in the second quarter and knocking down those threes, like if they get any other stretch where they knock down threes, like it's kind of over. Because the one thing I'll say is the Spurs don't. Sorry, the Spurs don't shoot the three ball really well, which means that the only way the Spurs are going to come back and win this game is they got to play shutdown defense, and the Hornets would also have to not shoot the ball well. So it's going to have to be like a double tandem. But let's see. We got 2 minutes left in the third quarter. See, this is what happens when I just talk too much. Too much talking by myself. 77 for the Hornets. Hornets up by 11. 66 for the Spurs. Brandon Miller has the ball, but good defense there by Dylan Harper. Watch out for the backcourt violation. All right. Good screen set by Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner out there to the young bull. I thought it was going to be a turnover there for a sec. Con Knipple coming back into the game. Sion James coming into the game. Brandon Miller coming out and Jeff Green coming out. All right. It's Hornets ball now. We got 2.5 seconds left. You don't have much. Throw it up. Come on. All right. It's a turnover there by the Charlotte Hornets. They're still up by 11, but the basket doesn't count that Con Knipple got in. All right. De'Aaron Fox there's got the ball. We got almost exactly 2 minutes left. De'Aaron Fox there passes to Barnes. Con Knipple playing some good defense there that's on him. He passes it there to Keldon Johnson there with a floater over Ryan Kalkbrenner. And Sion James is going to bring the ball up now. Sion out there to the young bull, Colin Sexton. Sexton right there trying to set things up. Sexton right there with a floater. He puts one over. Again, lead back up to 11. If they keep doing this, Hornets are going to win this game. Harper out there. He passes to corner three. Oh, that's a three ball right there. Lead shaves down to 8. We probably need a 3 somewhere along the line by the Charlotte Hornets. It's another 2 there by Colin Sexton. That time it's a miss. Sion James there getting the ball. It's a 3 by Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton, it's a 3. As soon as I said they need a 3, lead back up to 11. This is what I keep saying from the first quarter. Every single time the Charlotte Hornets team goes down, because they shoot the 3 ball so well, they find a way to get back up. Harper right there comes into the game. He hits a 2. He hits a mid-range shot. Nice little jumper there from him. Con Knipple right there with the ball. He's got De'Aaron Fox there that's on him. Passes it to Colin Sexton. Sexton calling for the screen. Come on, Kalkbrenner. Come on, Kalkbrenner. Set the screen. There we go. Colin Sexton tries to go around. Harper doing really well on that. Knipple with a 3. Knipple with a 3. Whoa! Knipple with a 3 with under 30 seconds to go. Hornets lead up by 12. Harper there with another 2. Lead back up to 10. And Harper right there keeping them in this game. All right, Zion James has the ball. Received it from Colin Sexton. They're going to let this wind down. Nothing wrong with going into the fourth with a 10-point lead. Zion James misses with the layup. De'Aaron Fox there with a long three. That's a miss. And it's the end of the third. Spurs go up by 10. Sorry, Hornets go up by 10. What am I talking about? Blasphemy. Okay. Hornets are up by 10. Going into the fourth. When we start looking at the breakdown of how things are, Spurs won the first quarter. Charlotte Hornets won the second. Spurs won the third, 28-24. You really need the Charlotte Hornets to win the fourth. No matter what it looks like, if they win the fourth quarter, like they win the game, especially when you look at the fact that they're also up by 10. And seeing how this game is gone, like Victor Wembanyama has played 19 minutes. Victor Wembanyama is playing at least 5 minutes in this upcoming quarter. Probably 6 would probably be my guess. And then that will get him to about 25 points. Also, shout out for Dylan Harper right there. He's at 20 points right now in his 20 minutes. He's got an easy 20. That's one thing I'll say about him. When he scores, it looks effortless. Like he scores within the game. Like he doesn't try to be out there being too flashy. It is just real simple game and does it very well. 9 out of 12 from the field, 2 out of 3 from 3, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. Does have 1 steal and 1 block. I mean, he's filling up the stat sheet. Yeah, definitely best player off the bench there, Dylan Harper. And again, I just keep looking at the San Antonio Spurs starting 5. Like, nobody's over 20 points. Champagny is the only one with their highest with 13. Victor's got 10, and Vassell's got 11. This is definitely a game where I'm like, yeah, this probably isn't a Spurs game. But when you look at the Charlotte Hornets, though, I probably should share this. Yeah, I'll screw it. I'll share it. Normally, I save this. What am I doing? No, I'm gonna share screen. Like, look at this. Game's about to come back on now, but you guys got to look at this first. Brandon Miller there, bossing it right now. 24 points in his 27 minutes. He's got a plus 15 right now. Look, Moussa Diabate, he's keeping that +1. Like, Moussa Diabate has been so critical and key towards the Charlotte Hornets defense. Like, he's helping to keep Wemby at bay. Like, he's not stopping him, but he's helping to slow him down. And then the rebounding by Miller and Ball has really helped out with 8 rebounds for LaMelo Ball, right? Like, LaMelo Ball, if he wanted to, could end up with a triple-double in this game. He's got 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And then Colin Sexton, the young bull, like, he's been a great guy to come up off the bench. I mean, I personally think he's more than a bench player. But, like, you got a guy like him coming up off the bench, you are stacked. Because Colin Sexton's more than capable enough for starting for a team. More than capable. Again, nothing from Josh Green, nothing from Zion James. Again, like, they're playing good defense there. Grant Williams, they're playing good defense. But overall, good game from them. We do got a comment there in the chat. He doesn't have a triple-double, but I think in this fourth quarter, he could get a triple-double. He's got 14 points right now. He's got 8 rebounds, another couple more rebounds, and 4 more assists. Like, he'll have a triple-double. Like he's close. He's real close. Like, and he's gonna keep playing in this game. Like, he's not on the court right now, but I think he's close. I think it's like it could happen. Let me stop sharing my screen and then. Oh, we do got another comment there. Says Victor Maffei says, keep the pressure, keep scoring. Let's go Hornets. Time to close out the game. Facts. Absolute facts right now. They're doing really well right now. It is Hornets ball. Diabate right there getting a floater over Wembenyama. That's what I mean. Again, those long arms by Diabate, they're real good. Really athletic there. Diabate there with another block on the other end. That's what I mean. Gets one over on Champagne. Diabate right now is the key player for the Charlotte Hornets on defense. Another three there by Colin Sexton. The young bull. The score is 90 to 77. 13-point lead. Lead has gone back up to 13 right now. It's a missed three there by the Spurs. But it's a foul by, I think, is it Sexton or Diabate? They're showing some of the highlights from Diabate. Like, gets a floater on Victor Wembanyama on the offensive end. On the defensive end, gets a block. Like, real good all-round solid player. Keldon Johnson making the first of his free throws. Dylan Harper coming out the game. That's probably a silly one because he's been one of their best offensive players. Keldon Johnson shooting another of his free throws, makes both free throws, lead back up to 11. 90 for the Hornets, 79 for the Spurs. It's going to be a low-scoring game just because both teams have played some pretty good defense, is what I'd say. Con Knipple with a three. That's a miss. That's nothing but air on that shot. All right, Castle's got the ball now. Pass it to Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson, good defense there by Knipple. Keldon Johnson got to pass it right out to the top of the key there to Fox. Fox there to Wemby. Grant Williams right there doing really well. That is not a foul. That's not a foul. I'm sorry. That is not a foul on Grant Williams. Grant Williams, literally, it's all body. He doesn't even use hands. It is all body he puts. He's just like, I'm sorry, that's not a foul. He's got his hands right here, and it's just like he braces, and Wemby comes in like that. Like, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is not a foul on Grant Williams. That is Wemby. That's Wemby being Wemby. In terms of Project Fortnite, in terms of minutes by Wemby, Wemby's now on 21 minutes. I think he's got like another 4 minutes left. I think he's going to play another 4 minutes. Tops. All right, Diabate right there to Sion James. Sion James, they're not going into the paint because they're scared of Wemby. It's a three by the Hornets. Reset. Diabate there gets the ball. Great. Sexton with a three. Sexton hits a three. I talked about Dylan Harper coming up off the bench, scoring some vital points there. Colin Sexton, they're playing really well. That's a foul on Colin Sexton. That should be a foul on Colin Sexton right there. But no, Spurs get the ball back. De'Aaron Fox there gets a layup. It is 93 to 83 right now. Victim of Fate says, keep up the good work, officials. Boss. No, I completely get that, man. Because right now, Colin Sexton was going for the ball, gets fouled in the process. It wasn't intentional. That's another three there by the Charlotte Hornets. I did say at the beginning of really getting threes, game over. And that time, Grant Williams, they're getting his first bucket of the game to put the Charlotte Hornets back up by 13, 96 to 83. And wow, great game. Great game. Great game. But again, that the Hornets 3 is just going to be too much for the San Antonio Spurs. Yep, scandalous. Like literally, like Sexton gets the ball first, but he goes down. You could tell he slipped, and there's a good chance that it was a Spurs player that unintentionally tripped him. And then the Spurs player goes down, but then another Spurs player, De'Aaron Fox, gets the ball, and then he goes in for the layup. And I'm like, that they should have called that a foul. Should have called that a foul. Like, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Nevertheless, Hornets are playing really well right now. Got to say that. Like, the three ball's been great. Diabate right there for me he's been the key player to this game. And for me, I think he's the reason why they are winning this game. Like his rebounding, he's got 8 rebounds. He's got 8 rebounds and 10 points. He gets another couple of rebounds. He'll end up with a double-double. There's even a chance he might end up with a triple-double with 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Right now, he's got 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, though. So, as a matter of fact, in the same position as LaMelo Ball. Really good game from Moussa Diabate. He's been the key reason to this game. Been super impressed by him. Like, I liked him at Eurobasket, and I did think that when they drafted him, I thought he was a good player, but he's been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. We got a couple of more comments there in the chat. What are my thoughts on mascot shooting hoops? Dude, I hate this crap, man. Like, hold on. That was actually pretty good. Like, I'm seeing one of the mascots shoot right now. That last dunk there was pretty good. That was pretty good. But listen, man, I don't like any of the halftime stuff. Like you want me to say, like I might sound like an old man, but like I prefer just I prefer just to hear ball. Was it Victim Fate says lol. What says what's up? Fortnite. Yeah, that's Ron Harper's son. Yeah, bro, he's a baller. Like overall, he's a two-way player. Like really good. Like Spurs, like the fact that Spurs got him, like people aren't really clued up on him, but he is so good. Like this is probably the 12th Spurs game I've watched this season. He's great. All right, Harrison Barnes there drops a 3. Shout out to the 8 people there that's watching the stream. If you haven't subscribed there, do subscribe to the channel. It does help the channel out. And if you love live watch-along content, that is what I do right here. I tend to do them for Jazz games, but I do them for other teams that I might be checking out. The Charlotte Hornets is one of them, especially there as a fan request there as well. I do like what they're doing. And I love the Spurs as well. I love what they're doing with Wemby this season and some of the young players that they have. So if you like all of that, do subscribe to the channel. Harrison Barnes there with another 3. That's not good. Hornets up by 7. But Harrison Barnes there hits a couple 3s. This is not what we wanted. Oh, that's not good. We got almost 7 minutes, 45 seconds left. And it goes on to another break. Hold on. Con is selling. Would you mean like selling fouls? I don't know. I don't know. Like most of the time I see him play like he doesn't, but I'd have to watch it. There's way more other players out there that are blatant, if that's what you're talking about. Uh, Project Fortnite goes on to say there was a girl last night who would have won 10K for a layup free throw and three in 30 seconds, and she made layup first try and made three th- free throw second attempt, then almost made three. Oh wow! Hold on, is that the kind of stuff that they do? Listen, like I haven't been to a Charlotte Hornets game before. Like the only NBA games I've been to is I've been to actually a Heat Nets game in New York. I still need to go to Utah to go watch a Jazz game. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, if I win money, I know back in when I was a kid growing up, they used to do the whole like if you were able to shoot from the halfway line and score from there, you'd win like money. And then if you were able to shoot before that line, you like won like 100,000 or I think or like $1 million or something like that, something crazy. And then they stopped it because somebody actually like did it, and they didn't, and the teams didn't want to pay them out. You then go on to say, but rebounder shaved like 15 seconds because she took so long getting her rebounds. Oh, oh, that sucks. But like, you know what? I do like the fan participation. Like that kind of stuff, I think is great. Maybe not. It's not. It's not supposed to be for someone like myself because for me, like I want to be like how I am on the stream right now and watch the game and like be super into it. Like when I see a lot of people there, I'm just like, what are you people doing? Like, but I get it. Like a lot of it is, for kids, and it's to get that engagement, and I think that's great. For the wider game, but yeah, unless I can win some money out of it, like that'll probably be the only time I might be interested. Project Fortnite also goes to say, in the end, the girl should have signed to the WNBA. She was good and only went home with like a jersey. What? That's mad. That's crazy. Wow, she must have been really good. She must have been really good. All right, game is back on right now. Inbound pass is about to come in. Hornets up by 7. This game is far from over right now. Hornets made a couple of threes and it completely changed things. But as we all know, the Charlotte Hornets could drop a couple of threes and that will swing things right back into the Hornets' direction. All right, LaMelo right there with a floater. LaMelo gets a floater, gets a couple of points there. Hornets lead back up to 9, 98-89. Stephen Castle right there trying to go for a shot. Wemby catches it as it's just about to miss and goes in for a layup himself. Spurs right there with 91. The Melo ball. He's got Stephen Castle there that's on him. Oh, LaMelo just misses. Con Knipple. Knipple with a fadeaway. Fadeaway 2 he goes on there for. Hornets there with 100 points now. Spurs there with 91. Segway, welcome back, my brother. Segway says, let's go, Jazz. It's always let's go, Jazz. It's always let's go, Jazz. And that's a 3 ball there by Stephen Castle. Castle there shoots a 3. Spurs there with 94. Hornets there with 100. Brandon Miller right there has the ball. It's step back 2. Brandon Miller there with a miss. That's going to be a foul on the Spurs on Diabate. Diabate is going to go to line. I think they're going to call that on Wemby on Diabate. All right. Oh, so Diabate doesn't go to the line. Still going to be Hornets ball there. Bridges there with a 3. That's a miss. Spurs get the ball back, unfortunately. We got 6 minutes. Castle there gets a bucket. Spurs, they're gradually shaving things down. This isn't good. Spurs have scored 21 in this quarter. Hornets, they're only 15. Hornets really need a 3. That's a floater there by LaMelo. That's a miss. Spurs, they get the ball. We got to watch out. Oh, it's a block there by Diabate on the other end. Bridges there with the ball. He brings the ball up. That's a kick ball there by Wemby. All right. We got the young bull, Colin Sexton, coming back into the game. Completely understand that his intensity on defense just bar none. And we all know that segue. As a former Jazz player, we know what he was like on defense. Just a little pit bull, just like just every single time. It don't care who he was going after. He was going at guys. All right, Colin Sexton there with the ball now. Colin right there. He's looking for something. Colin needs help. He needs help. What the devil? It's a foul. They don't call a foul. De'Aaron Fox there. De'Aaron Fox there gets a layup. And now it's a 2-point game. Hornets there 100. Spurs there 28. Sorry, 98. This is not good. This is not good. Come on, Hornets. Oh, man. No. Come on, Hornets. Stay in this. Stay in this, Charlotte. Timeout call by the Hornets. Really, really. This game is close. This game is too close. Too close from is getting too close for my blood pressure. That's how close this game is. Okay, they're coming back now. I didn't even know it snowed in Charlotte. Like, that's crazy. I thought Charlotte, for the most part, was always hot. But I could completely understand like why they had to reschedule the game. And they did say at halftime that the game moved to 11 a.m., which is exactly what I thought, because I was like, I was not being crazy when I thought this game was supposed to start at 2. All right. Spurs ball right now. Bridges right there missed the layup on the other end. All right, Spurs ball right there. Harrison Barnes there at the top of the key. Brandon Miller is in the game. They're going to need that length. Zion James is still in the game. Colin Sexton is in the game. Good defense there on Wemby by Musa Diabate on Wemby. Again, just forcing him to be able to alter his shot. LaMelo, they've got so many guys on LaMelo. It's ridiculous. LaMelo right there has to alter his shot. He misses. Oh man, this is tough. This is tough for LaMelo. Like, they're not giving him any freedom to be able to do anything. I could completely understand it, because if you let LaMelo just have 3-3-pointers, then this game would be over. 4 minutes left. LaMelo gives you 9 points, and you go up and defend on the other end and stop them getting a bucket. Like, be right there. Victim of Fate says, didn't know the officials were playing for Spurs. Boy, there's a lot of that. Like, Bridges just gets like foul, like he goes up for the shot and he gets hit just like here on the part of his arm. And by the rule of the law, that is a foul, and they don't call it. And Bridges is telling him like he fouled me, and they still don't call it. And I think they gave him a foul for that, but I think they were threatening him, at least from the commentator, to give him a technical. So that's one thing you don't want right now. We got like 3.5 minutes left. Right now, it's just keep it short and simple. Like Hornets are in the lead. They're up by 4 right now. Look, yeah, it's gonna go down to the wire. Like I think so too. Like when I thought that this was gonna be a battle of like really good defense against really good offense, it's more like a really good battle between good offense and defense from both teams, and it's just like Hornets, as much as they get criticized for not defending well, I think that they play like really good defense in this game. Spurs have played exactly how I thought they would. Like they've got a good balance of offense and defense, but Hornets have impressed me with their defense. Like I think if they was to bring in like a couple of more defensive players, yeah, I think they'd be good. Yeah, when they get to a point where they just need to put a defensive assignments on guys, that's really what they need. All right. All right. Supposedly, Spurs are a very clutch team. Their record in clutch games this season is 17 wins and 19 losses for Spurs. And it's better than the Charlotte Hornets. I just missed the infographic, but it was like 6 wins for the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, Wemby gets a dunk there. Game 102 to 100 in favor of the Hornets. Game's getting close. Spurs are now starting to pick up guys full court now. Oh, Bridges there. I thought was going for 3. He gets a dunk though. Nice little hezzy layup by Bridges. Gets past Wemby. De'Aaron Fox with a 3. That's a miss. That's a good miss. That's what you need. Victim of Fate says like 6 missed calls now. That's 12 potential points. That's ridiculous. Yep. Yeah. I know. Like that's why I say like with games like this, like every little helps, but they're so like, oh, we need to sell Wemby. Like, no, you don't. Just if he's good enough, then his game will show. All right, game back down to only a lead of 2 after that missed shot there by the Charlotte Hornets. All right, Con Knipple right there with the ball now. Charlotte Hornets going to let things stretch out. Knipple, Diabate, float out, bye. No, it's a float. Nice one. I think Diabate gets a touch on that. And allows that shot to go in. Hornets up by 4 with almost 90 seconds to go. 1:40 to go. Castle there. It's almost a steal. Castle, it's a block by Diabate. There we go. That's not a foul. That is not a fucking foul. That is not a foul. That is not a foul. What are we talking about? That is not a foul. That's fair defense. That's fair defense. Look at what he done. Look, fair defense. Get out of here. Get out of here. The referees are ridiculous. The referees are ridiculous. That is fair defense by Musa Diabate on Stephen Castle. Guy gets up. That's a fair block. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. All right, Castle puts it away, but that is ridiculous. Says Moose. Victor of Fame, you gotta start, man. You gotta start. Oh, so Moose, as Stephen Castle calls it, gets both of his free throws. And Hornets lead still up by 2. And we got literally, it's getting there right now. We got 90 seconds in this game. 90 seconds. And I'm sure that they're going to play the foul game. Hornets right now, Knipple out there. He's going for a fadeaway. And Fox right there with a foul. Knipple's going to go to the line. That is fair. Like, about time. About time. That's a foul. Yep. That is an obvious foul. They put it aside out, but all right. LaMelo Ball's got the ball now to Bridges. Bridges, what's he gonna do? Pass it to Knipple. No, he passed it to Diabate instead. Screen set. Bridges with a 3. Oh, he's fouled. He's fouled while taking the 3. Nice one. Miles Bridges going to the free throw line to shoot 3. He's going for the. That is nice. All right, Victor, Project Fortnite says it was a clean block, but maybe because the defender kicks his leg. But then how is it a foul then? Like, how is Stephen Castle getting to the line? That ain't. No, sorry, no. Diabate never kicked out. Diabate stays firm. Stephen Castle is the only one that could kick in that situation because Stephen Castle does fall down. But he only falls down because Diabate goes in for the block, and the block is clean. Like, clean. No way those should have been 2 points. And intimidation foul. Facts. Facts. I could see that. Because Diabate's been great. No. Yo, no, listen, this is no conspiracy whatsoever. Like, they're now taking away the free throws away from the Charlotte Hornets. They took away the free throws from the Charlotte Hornets was supposed to have 3 free throws after Bridges gets touched. They're taking it away. Oh, never mind. I thought they were about to take it away from him. I was about to say, these cheating mother. Whoa. Like, all right, Bridges makes the first one. Soft. SAWFT. Soft. All right, Bridges makes the second one. Lead is to 8 right now. Hornets leading by 4. 108 to 104 right now. Bridges makes the third one. A nice one there by Bridges. You know what? That definitely deserves some. Those are some clutch time free throws by Bridges. Good defense there by the Hornets. Harrison Barnes there getting fouled from behind by LaMelo Ball. LaMelo struggling to kind of keep up with Harrison Barnes in that one, but it's a good foul because instead of letting him get the easy layup, he lets him go and earn those 2, and that's if he gets both of them in. All right. Harrison Barnes there to the line. He gets the first one in, Barnes. Makes the first one in. All right. So Harrison Barnes earns those couple of points there. Hornets still up by 3 right now. All right. This is squeaky bum time right now. We got 58 seconds in this game. Like, we need some guys that. All right. Brandon Miller's got the ball right now. We got Barnes there on Miller. Got 16 seconds on the shot. We got about 4 plays left. So about two per team. Maybe 3. Brandon Miller with a 3. Oh, and he gets fouled. He misses the 3 and he gets fouled. Great play by Brandon Miller on that one. Great play. Again, De'Aaron Fox there. Listen, I hate this ridiculous, like, after, like, if a player gets a hand on the player even after he shoots, like, I think that's ridiculous because I don't think that should be like how it is. But De'Aaron Fox there, by the letter of the law, gets his hand on Brandon Miller after he shoots. So it's 3 free throws. Oh, they're challenging it. Spurs are going to challenge it. But, like, that's what it is. Like, I'm sorry. Get him. Lakers game. Yes, was it Lakers do play tomorrow? Lakers next. I was thinking about doing that one, but the problem is that the Jazz game is going to be. I think the Jazz game is before. Jazz game is at like 5. That should end at like 7:30, 7:45, and I think the next game is at 8, or it might be at 7. I'm not sure, but for me, it's like it's too much streaming. Like I need to do a Lakers game when there's nothing else got, like, at least I've had like a couple days break or maybe a day when the Jazz aren't playing. Oh, the call was De'Aaron Fox did not give Brandon Miller room to land. Well, how is he kick his right? Like, that's his shooting motion. What are we like? I'm sorry, it's free to. They're challenging it, saying that like De'Aaron Fox didn't give him enough room to land, but that's Brandon Miller's normal shooting motion. Project Fortnite goes on to say, I don't like these fouls when you can see offense purposely trying to use the rules to foul bait. He landed, not the defender. But is that Brandon Miller's like natural shooting motion? Because like it does look like that's his natural shooting. Because you know what, I gotta go take a Brandon Miller's shots. I gotta take like that's the only way for me to be able to see. All right, it looks like you were right, Project Fortnite. They are they've ruled it out, and Brandon Miller, like, it's not going to count, and they're saying that like that's not within his natural shooting motion. Like I need to take a. I'm trying to see if I can find a Brandon Miller 3-point shot somewhere. Because I'm pretty sure that's his normal shooting motion, and you could make the argument that like, oh, like it's a jump ball now between Diabate and Wembenyama. Spurs make it obviously because you know they've got the tallest guy in the world. That's a miss there by Spurs. Hornets there with the ball now. Oh, wow. Brandon Miller manages to pass that. We got 14 seconds. They're passing it real well, Hornets. And they foul LaMelo Ball. But the amount of time that the Hornets shaved off is ridiculous. We got 10 seconds left in this game. And Hornets are up by 3. I'm trying to see whether I could watch a Brandon Miller 3-point shot to see if that's the case. All right, Brandon Miller makes the first run. So, like, Hornets are up by 4. So already, if Brandon Miller makes all 2, then like I think they win this game because then they'll be up by 5. All right, Brandon Miller makes both of them in. So that already tells me that, like, Hornets are going to win this. It's possible for the Spurs to come out, like, get a 2 or even a 3, and then get a quick foul, and then they play the foul game, and then Spurs to get another 3, and then they go about and win the game. That is possible, but I think with how this game is gone, I don't think you could trust Spurs to make 3-point shots right now. I think that's it. A good game from Brandon Miller right there. They've definitely needed him. He's been great. All right. We got 10 seconds left. I know some people's games might be on a little bit further, but we got 10 seconds left. Bonds right there with the inbound pass. He passes it to Fox. Don't do anything. That's a miss. That's a miss. They shoot a 3. Vassell with a 3. That's another miss. Nipple right there. Game over. Charlotte Hornets with a massive win over the Spurs. There we go. Charlotte Hornets. They get the win. They deserve so much praise. Really, truly, like, offensively great. Defensively brilliant. And this goes for both teams. Like, Spurs, the way how the Spurs were able to lock down LaMelo Ball, to keep him, like, really quite silent all game. Great. Nipple, they kept relatively silent. But this Hornets team was so good that other guys stepped up. Brandon Miller stepped up. Musa Diabate stepped up. That's why they won the game. They're speaking to Brandon Miller at the moment. I got to listen to this. He said, what went on to staving off their comeback? That's what the question was. He says being competitive. Just battling and competitive, being competitive, competing at the highest level. 10 straight games of 20-plus points. I think that's what Victim of Fate there was talking about. To be honest, nobody should be surprised about that because Brandon Miller is a baller. Brandon Miller is a baller. Good clean win. Sleeping Giants took out Spurs and OKC. Yeah, yeah, there's a reason why a lot of people have been like, you know what, Charlotte Hornets, like they're really fun to watch, and they're fun to watch because of games like this. That offensively, beast, be like they shoot the three ball really well. They got lots of guys to shoot the three ball, and I think that they've got enough pieces now that defensively, like they could compete. But they need everybody to play defense every time. Like LaMelo's got to play defense. Like LaMelo played defense throughout this game, but if he didn't, like they would have lost this game. There was plenty of times where LaMelo played like great defense throughout this game. All it takes is one guy to ruin it. So if everybody's playing defense, like I think that they're good. I think they're good, but like it's a really good Charlotte Hornets team. I've now got to see them a lot more up close. I think this is probably the fourth time I've seen them now this season. Like I see the improvements. Connor Knippel looks great. Got to see LaMelo and Brandon Miller like within this new young core, which I think is fantastic. I think it's good. Let me show you guys a kind of final breakdown on how things are. First, we'll start off with the Spurs, and then we'll go down to the Charlotte Hornets and take it from there. Because I think that like when you really look at how things all wind up being at the end, you know, you really got to give this Charlotte Hornets team like a lot of credit. Like Spurs, like they kept Wemby to only 16 points, people. To only 16 points. Now, Wemby finished 6 out of 15 from the field, which was good. Like he did good in the end. But this minus 14 here because he couldn't stop Moussa Diabate. Like Moussa Diabate for me was key towards helping to slow down Wemby, and that's what he did. Like I think Moussa Diabate stopped Wemby from scoring 10 points. Like this is a game where Wemby probably should have had like 10 more, where he could have ended up easily with 26. Like you kind of expect Wemby to get to be like 9 out of 15, 10 out of 15, and probably 2 out of 3 from 3. Like that's what you're expecting from Victor Wembanyama. Like all their other guys, like I thought Champagne's pretty good. Normally he'd kind of give you a little bit better, but again, I like Champagne. Fox you probably want more out of, but again, I think Fox was pretty good. Like I think a couple of those fouls there that he had throughout the game, not just the one near the end, but like I think that cost him. But I thought like it was good, but you probably needed him to have a little bit of a better offensive game. I thought Vassell was good there as well, but again, you probably want a little bit more. Steph Castle, I thought was good. I can't even really criticize Spurs like that much. I think the biggest thing that went wrong with them was in the second quarter when they chose not to play Wemby in the paint a lot more and use him to be able to dominate the Hornets in the paint. That's what cost them. And then they moved away from that really in the third and fourth quarters. But by that time, it was too late. Charlotte Hornets built up enough leads in that second quarter to be able to cause some problems. Harrison Barnes there was great. Keldon Johnson was all right. I didn't like Luke Cornett's performance, but Keldon Johnson was okay. 6 points, again, like not great. Dylan Harper, I really liked what he was doing there. 20 points, like their highest scoring player coming up off the bench. And when that's the case, when your highest scoring player is your bench guy, like there's a problem. There's a serious problem right there. And then they finished the game on 48% from the field, 38% from three, and then 89% from the free throw line. And this 38% from three, like that's average. Like that's all right. That's all right for the NBA. But then when you start looking at this Charlotte Hornets team, like you look at like Miles Bridges there, like his contribution, great. Like could have been better from the 3-point line, but really good performance from them. Moussa Diabate, he's the key reason for me. And that plus minus 19, this is all Wemby. All Wemby, as well as getting some key blocks on other players there. But Moussa Diabate, he, for me, was your key guy. He finishes the game with a double-double. And even though that Brandon Miller, was their highest scoring player, you cannot forget Musa Diabate. Like, cannot forget him. Brandon Miller, obviously, we talked about before, 26 points in 35 minutes. Real good from him. Hit all his free throws again. I think this is his 7th straight game where he's had hit all his free throws as well. So, like, just fantastic performance from him. LaMelo Ball, I thought he was really good in this game, even though they did a lot to stop him from get going, which I understand that completely. You want to stop LaMelo from doing LaMelo type things. Like, I still thought he was good, and he was good on both ends of the floor. Like, he played defense, like he worked hard, and that's what you got out of the game. And if he didn't play defense, because he's known as being the biggest culprit of not playing defense, they would have lost this game. So shout out to LaMelo Ball for just playing some good, solid, average NBA defense. And again, so close to getting a triple double, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Like, really good from him. Con Knipple again, like, he was targeted throughout this game. Like, they was on him like flies to, stool. Like, they was on him. So they limited him to 13 points. But again, I still felt that Con Knipple was effective. And that's what's really good about having a guy like Con Knipple. Because even though he might not be letting them rain with the 3-point shots, still he's providing value with the team. Passing really well, having good defense. You gotta love that. And even though some good shout outs there to Grant Williams there, Ryan Kalkbrenner, and Josh Green and Sion James. Colin Sexton, former Jazz man, I thought had a really good game here. Key player coming up off the bench. Set the tone in the second quarter when they were down, and helped to really establish a defensive strategy from the top of the key, from that point guard position. And I really like that. Really like that. And I hope the Charlotte Hornets end up keeping Colin Sexton. Like, I think he's got only like a year or two left on his deal. But I really like Colin Sexton. A really good player there from him. 21 points. Their second highest scorer. I mean, you could go as far as to say they wouldn't have won the game without him. But I thought his defensive intensity just superb. Absolutely superb. We got a couple of comments there in the chat before we go. Victim of Fate says, congratulations to everyone. Hey, facts. Like, I assume most people here are either Spurs fans or Hornets fans. And I think what we all got was we got a great game here today. Project Fortnite says, I also like the Orlando Magic. Always good when they win because they play the Orlando Magic theme song. All right, you know what? Orlando Magic is a team that I haven't watched much of this season. I've only ever watched them twice this season. So that's one thing I do need to watch. Anthony Black has improved a lot for them, and they are looking like a fun team to watch. Same thing with Atlanta. I've only watched Atlanta once against the Utah Jazz. So they're one to watch out for too. Project Fortnite says they should have played Harper more and get Wemby more minutes, like 12 for Cornet. Yeah, like just the little things that they could do, they just weren't doing. But again, like, I get the whole thing. You want to manage Wemby, and maybe they are thinking of the playoffs already, or maybe Wemby's not even fully healed up yet. Like, I don't know, but I think it's very weird how they're using Wemby, because they could be using Wemby in a better way. Victim Fake also goes on to say Colin and LaMelo get a pass due to the fact that they was doubling them and try harding. They forgot about the other 3 ballers. Yep, that is completely correct. That's completely correct, and that's the reason. But I understand that, because I think LaMelo Ball and Con Knipple are your best shooters, and I think if you let both of them have 5 minutes where you just guard them naturally or normally, it's game over. It's game over. It's game over. Game over. So I think that's like so correct. But I understand, and I think if anybody's silly enough to like not read into the game a lot more, like, that's like they're doing a real disjustice. I think that's why I think you have to say the Charlotte Hornets are in a great position to be in the playoffs next season, because they got 3 core players: LaMelo, Con, and Brandon Miller. And then if you got a guy like Colin Sexton coming up off the bench, great. You got Musa Diabate there. You got Kalkbrenner there. You got Bridges there. Like they got like some nice pieces. Like all they need to do is add like a few defensive guys here. Like I know they got Grant Williams and they got Sion James. But yeah, like just real good. Really, really, really good team. Conman, 6 rebounds as small guard rookie. Yeah, good. No, very good game from him. Him and LaMelo. I think LaMelo had 8 rebounds. Like that was one of the key things. That's one of the mistakes that a lot of people do against the San Antonio Spurs. I could say it about my Utah Jazz. Like when teams don't rebound good against them, it gives the Spurs their second, third, fourth chance opportunities. That's how they kill teams. That's how they kill OKC. They killed them on the glass. Victim of Fate says, good game, Hoops Letters. Appreciate the stream. Much appreciated, man. Like, I'm sure at some point I will catch definitely more Hornets games for sure. But I definitely think the next one that isn't the Utah Jazz game I'll look to get is probably a Lakers one for my guy there, Project Fortnite, at some point. So I'll do that. But yeah, now that we're approaching like almost post All-Star, I need to look at the schedule and really start kind of planning out how I do the streams and really being kind of calculated enough with it. Oh wow, losing my voice. Yeah, so I'll definitely get that sorted out. Segue there says noted. Segue also go. Hold on, I'm trying to get this message there by Segue. Segue also goes on to say the GOAT of independent Utah play-by-play analytics. I appreciate that, man. Like, but listen, man, you guys are the GOATs because you guys are great, man. You guys come on the stream, like you interact. So I gotta give everybody here gets a round of applause. Segue, Project Fortnite, Victim of Fate. Like you guys have been absolutely fantastic here today. You keep things going for myself. I want to get more guys like you guys joining the stream. I kind of being involved, and I really like that. So that's you three. To the other 3 people that didn't leave a comment there, no worries there. But do subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, maybe you leave a comment there next time. And yeah. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it from me. Victim of Fate says another great game. You seen the Mavs game the other day, Con and Cooper. I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlights of it, and boy, that's why I talked about the rookie of the year battle between Con and Cooper, because I was just like, yo, those two, like, they're amazing. They're amazing. But I didn't watch the game, but I did see the highlights. It was a good game. Very good game. And I think, yeah, that's another reason I think everybody likes the Hornets, because it's like no matter what team that they play against, like they always like perform. So I like that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. But guys, thank you very much for joining the stream. Much appreciated. Again, you once again to Segue, Project Fortnite, Victim of Fate there. Really appreciate there your comments though. Keeps help the stream going, keeps the interaction going. I really love that. Does help to make these like they're fun when you guys on here, but boy, they're a lot of fun, man. They're a lot of fun. Like time flies by when you guys are there in the chat. So I really appreciate it. So yeah, thanks for joining the stream, and I'll see you there next time, which will be on Sunday against with the Jazz. They got their game on Sunday. I can't remember who they're playing on Sunday, but I'll set that up by Sunday before the game, and you guys will see when I go live. I believe the game is at 5 p.m. on Sunday though, my time at the very least. But I'll see you guys then. Oh, we got another comment there quickly. Yep, you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks again, Project Fortnite, for everything, man.